What's going on, guys? Today we wanted to talk to you about the benefits of home ownership. So there's a slew of benefits that go along with owning a home compared to renting, and just a lot of incentives and stuff that is set up for you to get the best out of your house. So Grant is going to start you off with number one on why you need to own a home.
So the first reason why we believe home ownership is key is because it's an investment. So unlike owning, like, let's say a vehicle, vehicles depreciate, where typically homes appreciate. And in the past, even during financial recessions or economy recessions, house values appreciated over the years. So as you pay your monthly mortgage, your debt that you have on the mortgage or the debt that you borrowed against the property decreases. And so that allows you to retain more equity or more ownership of your property. So equity essentially is the amount of money that you own and retain into the property or your investment into the property.
The second benefit of owning a home is going to be equity gain. So equity gain is hard evidence of physical ownership. That is, each month when you buy down your principal, you're literally reinvesting into your home. You're gaining that physical ownership in your home each month. And when you compare that to renting provides no ownership benefits. So let's say you take $1,000 a month rent payment versus $1,000 a month mortgage payment. The mortgage payment is going to pay off so much further in the long run, because regardless of it being equal money, you're actually gaining physical ownership into that property month after month, year after year, when you have an actual house that's yours. So gaining equity is huge.
Right. And on top of that, look at it like this. So let's do it from a number standpoint. Okay, so let's say you rent for 10 years and your rental payment is $1,000 a month, okay? So over a 10-year period, you are going to essentially pay your landlord $120,000. Okay, so if you had a 30-year mortgage on a property, you would essentially buy down, or could essentially buy down, depending upon the price of the property, a third, and have something to show for it other than paying the landlord, the $120,000 and see nothing from it. So the third thing I want to talk to you guys about is tax benefits. So what kind of tax benefits do I have? Well, first of all, you have the tax benefit of writing off your interest every single month or for the year. So when you go to file taxes for income taxes, you can write off the interest that you're paying on the mortgage for your property. And on top of that, then you can also write off the PMI insurance, which is mortgage insurance, depending upon what kind of loan you have. And then you can also write off any home-related purchases or that qualify for tax benefits. So depending upon if it's a rental property, any improvements or anything like that you make or repairs can also go out as a deduction if it was like a rental property.
The fourth benefit of owning a home is that you actually get to gain physical control of your living space. When it comes to stuff like home improvements or stuff like covenants that are invested into the property and whatnot, you have much more leeway because it's your own personal home. When you rent a space, or when you have an apartment or a condo that you're renting, you're very limited as to what you can do, because that landlord is going to have set rules, set regulations of how he wants the overall housing and living community to be ran as you're a tenant in that space. So by gaining that physical ownership, you take much more control of your own personal living space.
And the fifth benefit to home ownership is you get to fix your payment. And so what I mean by that is, if let's say you get a 30-year mortgage on a property and you do a fixed mortgage, okay? So your interest rate on the mortgage is the same the entire time of the 30 years of the mortgage. So let's just say, your mortgage, your rate is 4%, right? So the amount of interest that you're going to pay on the loan amount that you've taken out on the property is 4%, and that'll stay the entire time. Whereas renting, typically you sign a year lease. If, let's say, rental rates go up, obviously your price is going up to what you have to rent. So the nice thing about home ownership is you can control the costs of your payment every month, whereas when you're renting, it just depends on the market. So if there's not very many vacancies, and it's hard to get into a rental property, pretty good chance that if you're already in a property, your rental rates are going up.
The sixth benefit of owning your own home is that you actually get to increase your own sustainability. So as you buy down that equity over time, you can eventually pull money out and do things like leverage for other properties or use that money for your own retirement. And it sets you up so that way your future is in good hands based off of the secure investment that you made in the past.
Okay, so the seventh benefit to owning a home is you can stop moving. So if you're currently renting, I'm sure you're all aware, a lot of times you end up moving from property to property for different reasons. Maybe you need more space or...
And it's not fun.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, we've moved before. It's not fun. We know what that's all about. Essentially, you're in one place. You don't have to worry about moving again. Every time, maybe your rent changes or you need a bigger property. Obviously, if the place that you're currently living is inadequate, obviously you have to move again. And so that obviously could change from year to year.
The eighth reason goes along with his seventh reason, and that's social benefits. When you have your own fixed place, you get to learn the community, you learn the neighborhood, you develop lasting relationships with friends and neighbors, and it creates a place of warmth and comfort for a home to develop and nurture your family and to take care of loved ones and to host fun events for friends and just all the benefits that go along with having your own place.
And the ninth benefit is using your investment to make other investments. So what we mean by that is, like we said earlier, typically a property, when you own it, appreciates in value. And on top of it, when you're paying your monthly mortgage payment, you're buying down the amount that the bank owns, gaining equity into the property or gaining value into your property, right? So let's say someday down the road, you want to buy that new boat, that camper, maybe a new sports car, or hey, maybe you want to buy another property because you want to start investing in a rental property, which is awesome. You can use the equity that you have in your property and take that equity and take it into and put it into another property. So what you'll have to do is you refinance the current property, or you can take out a second mortgage on your current property, either one, and whichever one makes more sense for you, and take that money and invest it into something else that you want to invest in, which is really cool. Obviously, renting, can't do that. I mean, you have no equity in the rental unit. When you're renting, you're buying down the landlord's principal, so he has more money to reinvest into his. So we want to thank you guys for watching this video, and we hope these 9 tips help you decide if it's time for you to buy.
If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button to our YouTube channel at Nodak Property Brothers, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.